Hey there, so I'm going to go over some hip flow, looking more at the anterior hip or the front edge, the hip flexors specifically, the muscles that bring our knee up in front of us or bring our leg straight up. So, a couple important things here is that we want to actually start most of these stretches behind our knee. You can see that as I've done this, I've got an angle at my hip, okay? As I go into this stretch, I'm going to squeeze my bum to help push me forward, and I'm going to go nice and tall as I do that. So this is literally the first stretch. Is I'm going to be nice and active, using this leg to actually pull me into position. Okay, you can see that my back toe is pointed into the ground. Okay, we're not going to be relaxed, but we're actually going to have that toe pointed to the ground. I'm going to go through this a few times. As I do this, I squeeze my bum to push myself forward and use this leg to pull it into that position. We work this until you don't feel as much of a stretch on that front edge of our hip, okay? Then we're going to start getting a little longer through that fascial net. We're going to lift the arm up and then push the heel of our hand to the ceiling as we do that. Whenever you feel that intensity grow, the stretch grow, you breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Okay. The important part here is that we don't just dump our hip and we get a pinching in our lower back, but rather we keep the bum tight and we go tall and then create the arch as we need to get into that flexor. This part is important as we now move through the other positions. I'm just going to rotate 90 degrees so that you can see that first stretch. I'm just coming straight forward. Things are nice in line with my shoulders and my hips. As we now change the position, I'm going to put my foot out. So if this is 12 o'clock, I'm going to go to about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Okay? I'm going to start by coming forward, and then I'm actually going to shift towards that front foot. So I'm forward and over, okay? As I get that rocking in, I'm squeezing my bum again to help keep my stretch in my hip, okay? Not my lower back. As I get that position, you're gonna start to feel that stretch move down towards the inner edge of that thigh. Okay, as I've gotten the movement and that rocking type of motion down, okay, I'm just gonna start adding a little bit of length, and you'll see that now as I lift up, I'm starting to move in line with my pelvis. My torso stays in line with my pelvis. I'm not square to the front knee, but I'm rather square with my pelvis. Okay, and I'm leaning away from that stretch. So I'm leaning back, away. My hand, again, the heel of my hand is reaching to the ceiling as I do so. I'm using this knee just as a little bit of support so I can maintain my balance as I go. Trying to squeeze my bum into the position. So again, the stretch stays in the front and doesn't get crampy in my back. Okay, one more in that position. Awesome. So if this is 12 o'clock, this is about 1:30. Okay, I'm gonna go right over to 3 o'clock. This can become a little trickier now as we do this. Again, my foot, I'm gonna allow my foot to be comfortable. I like to try and keep it a little straighter. Some people like to have it kind of in line with the knee. Doesn't matter as long as you're comfortable, okay? This can become a little uncomfortable in the back knee. I've got quite a bit of padding, probably 1.5 inches of padding underneath my knee at this point. Okay, so now we're gonna look to squeeze our bum and we're gonna shift our hips towards that foot. This is gonna get more into our adductors, which are still part of that hip flexion family. Okay, if I show you from the side, you'll see that, yes, it's at 3 o'clock, but it's still forward of my hips. And as I come across, I'm coming towards that heel. So I'm coming almost into that squat position with my front foot as I do this. Okay, once I get an initial range established, I'll then lift my arm and lean slightly back. Again, I'll show you the front angle as well. Okay. So I still have my toe pointed to the back, or to the ground, and that's going to ensure my knee stays safe. because I'm actually relying on rolling across that front edge of my hip. If my toe's pointed, it's going to relax the joint and it's not going to feel very good. Here it's going to be a little tighter and it's going to be a little more comfortable as I come across. So if I show you from the back, you'll see that I'm actually letting my foot rotate across the ground so that maintains a good knee angle as I come across. Okay, there you go. I'll quickly do all the same stuff on this hip, just so you can see. So again, I'm squeezing my bum, just coming forward into that stretch. Okay, as I get the positioning, it loosens up a little bit. I lengthen the stretch, reaching the heel of my hand to the ceiling. I go tall first and then lean back slightly as I need to. That loosens up. I now shift over. So I come across. We can do it without the hand first so I can find positioning, get the initial stretch, and then add the arm in. Again, staying square with my hips, with my chest, looking towards, moving towards that front leg. And then I'm coming up directly off to the side. Remember, foot is still at 90 degrees, so as I come across, my foot swings with me and I'm into that knee. I'm even lifting my head so that I can get everything down through that whole area. Okay, hopefully that helped you. If you have any questions, let me know. Good luck. There's certainly a bit of practice involved with this and learning the movements. The important part, again, as your hips go forward, your bum tightens up to help stabilize the hip and the pelvis in general. If you feel any pinching in your lower back, likely you've lost the squeeze in your bum and you're leaning back too far, okay? So keep that pelvic tilt. Think about going tall and then back. Up and then back, not just back. All right, good luck, have fun. Let me know if you have any questions.